Hello, how are you? Thanks for passing by. This is Let's Go Abroad. So today we are going to discuss about getting a job in Luxembourg, everything that you need to know for a seamless process. So there are two ways that you can get a job. You can get a job through the search engine, meaning that you do the work yourself, or you can get the job through an agency. So if you decide to get the job for yourself, you will need a lot of commitment. Job search is the same everywhere. You have to work hard, you have to be diligent, and you have to be committed and to be very consistent. So you will check the websites that offer jobs in Luxembourg. And there are many websites that you can get. Then you're going to most of them will be agencies, and they will ask you to drop your CV, which you're going to do. You will ensure that first you customize your CV to have the same format that is acceptable in the EU zone. You know, CVs have got different formats in different countries. Like you check the format, like for Germany is different from what we use in Kenya. The format for the CV in a country like Lux will be different from the format for the CV for when you're dropping a job in America. So first you will familiarize yourself with the CV and how to write the CV for Lux. Then you customize your CV to ensure that it captures all the necessary skills that you do have that align with the job opportunity that is being advertised. So you're going to drop your CV here and there, and then when you get an employer who is finally interested in you working with you, they're likely to schedule an interview, especially for a skilled job, and even the non-skilled jobs. They'll schedule an interview, just like it is everywhere. Ensure that you're smart, ensure that you're decent, ensure that you're presentable. Then when you finish the job interview, they are going to confirm to you via email if they have taken you for the job, or just to give you their feedback. If they've taken you for the job, they're going to give you a contract, a work contract that you're going to sign. And then when you sign, it's the same process like for the people working with the agency. And what about if you decide to work with the agency? You will choose the agency that you want to work with. I want to believe that in your country there are so many agencies that you can work with, and you're going to vet them. You're going to look at the contracts that they have. First, do not work with an agency if you've not signed any contract. And the contract that you sign should be favorable in the sense that it should have, you're going to agree how you're going to make the payments, but it should have a certain degree of flexibility in making the payments, because getting the job is not like a one-off affair. So I don't see why you should pay the whole amount at once. And then also, getting a job is not a guarantee that you will get a job, because job search is the same everywhere. Even in the world, no agency can confirm and assure you by guarantee that you'll get a job. So it should have some flexibility in terms of payment, and also some flexibility in terms of what if we don't get the job. Do you get to lose everything as a client? Then when you decide to work with your agency, they will ask you for your CV. Most agencies will not want you to customize your CV. They're going to put it in the format that is acceptable for the other end, because definitely it is their job. So they know what the employers the other side would be more comfortable working with, and they will customize it for you depending also on the way or how they know you. Then when the agency gets the job, finally you will be given an offer letter for you to sign. An offer letter is going to have very fine details. It is going to stipulate who is your employer or the agency the other side. It can be the employer or the agency's name. It's going to stipulate or to give a detail of your salary. It's going to give a details of the number of hours that you're supposed to work. It's going to give a tentative date of reporting. And I use the word tentative because you are a foreign worker. You will be traveling from thousands of kilometers away, and in between we do have an embassy that can decide when you will go. So the reporting date is usually the tentative date that they expect you to report. And then it is also going to have details of your shift, if you'll be working in shift, is going to have a job description that you're expected to do. So when you get the offer letter, you will sign the offer letter. After you sign the offer letter, then you're going to wait for some time, and this is the same, for the person even who was looking the job for themselves. So after the offer letter, the next thing that comes is getting the work permit. A work permit is a document from the other side that shows that the government allows you to work in Luxembourg. It's going to have a lot of details, it's going to have a lot of details about your employer, which you already know. If your employer is providing accommodation, it's going to have details about who is accommodating you and where. And this is important because if you do not have accommodation when you're going, then the embassy will require you to have some certain financial thresholds before they give you a visa, just to prove that you're not going to sleep on the streets. And then it's also going to have other details in regards to your shift and some fine details there. Then after the work permit, you will get an ADEM certificate. This is something that your employer will give you. An ADEM certificate is a document that shows that your potential employer is allowed to bring foreign workers. So you cannot apply for a visa without an ADEM certificate, because the only way the embassy is able to prove that the employer who is bringing in a foreign worker has got all that it requires and has been approved by the government is through the ADEM certificate. And then after that is when now you're going to start the process of applying for your visa. It takes time. It's never a guarantee. There are many times that you will go to apply for your visa and your visa can tend to take long. There's sometimes when you get a work permit, but then it takes long before you get the ADEM certificate. There's sometimes when your employer gives you the offer letter, and then it takes long before you get the work permit. So immigration issues are never a guarantee. But the biggest challenge, the first challenge that you'll get when you're looking for a job in Luxembourg will be to get the job. Getting the job is the hardest thing, and it is the one that tends to take a lot of time. But once you get the job, through your patience and through your consistency, all the other things tend to flow smoothly. As I mentioned, in Kenya we do not have the Luxembourg embassy. I hope they do bring it soon. So you will do your application through the Belgium consulate, and then it's going to be processed. Sometimes you can find yourself going to Ethiopia, to the embassy, to do your application. But one thing that you need to know is when you file your application, that is application for the visa, if you have all the documentation, I'll do another video to discuss the documentation that you need when you're applying for a Luxembourg visa. If you have all the documentation, visa approvals for Luxembourg have got a very high rate of approval. There are never guarantees in life, but you cannot compare actually even with the other Schengen countries. Like you can't compare Luxembourg and Poland, Luxembourg is far much better. They're far much advanced in approvals. So I wish you all the best. If you get the job, I hope that you succeed, and I hope all goes well with you. So if you like this video, kindly consider liking and subscribe. Just subscribe, and you can also consider sharing with your friends. Bye.